All right, we're going to talk today about, on the Garlic Marketing Show, about how one agency grew Westchester Chiropractic 15% revenue the first year using social media, email, the social media metrics that they use to follow, the types of KPIs they use for email marketing, and the key types of videos that they're using to grow, as well as the key video platform that they're experimenting with right now. Brian Davidson, thanks so much for being on the Garlic Marketing Show.
Yes, thank you for having me in.
And before we get started, of course, it's brought to you by videocasestory.com. As we'll talk about, one of the best types of videos that you use across all your marketing are video case stories. We got 50 different ways that you can use them, and we can help you collect, craft, and deliver them. Go to videocasestory.com to learn more. All right, let's get started. Today, we're going to talk about one of their success stories with a chiropractic office that they helped grow 15% year over year. So, talk to me about how, what about Westchester Chiropractic and what you did for them, Brian.
Yeah, so they are a chiropractic practice that had been around for about 30 years before I had started working with them. So they were already pretty well established with, what they had been doing. They had been using traditional forms of marketing, and I helped them to make the transition over to to digital marketing and getting them set up with a brand new website, their social media, email marketing, so it was something where they had thought they'd already reached their max for how much they could grow. And like you mentioned, in the first year, we were able to help them, increase their revenue and also their monthly patient visits by 15%. So it was something that was really, surprising to them that they were able to do that. And it was just, something that was really great to see. And it just kind of shows how powerful digital marketing can be for a small business.
Very cool. And so tell me about the process. How did you bring them onto online? Yeah,
so like I mentioned, they didn't have any presence on social media. So they didn't have Facebook, they didn't have Instagram, they weren't on LinkedIn. So I got them set up with, brand new pages on those platforms. And then I also helped them to put together a plan for their content, what type of content we were going to be putting out, how often we were going to be posting, at what time we were going to be posting the content, and then also being able to track the performance of the content that we were releasing, and being able to track it and see how it was improving, how it was helping to expand their reach and really help to get their message out there.
Nice. And so what metrics were you using to make sure that the content was working well?
Yeah, so we were looking at a lot of different things. I mean, as far as social media, obviously we're looking at, what's the average reach for a post? What's the average engagement? How many likes, how many comments each post is getting? How much is the page growing? How much is their following growing month to month? Is that something that's increasing or has been, going down? And then as far as email marketing, we're looking at KPIs such as open rate, click-through rate, bounce rate, unsubscribe rate, and, kind of doing the same thing, looking at how those numbers have been, progressing month to month.
Nice. And what brought success the fastest for them?
I would say once we started putting out video content, I think that was when things really started to pick up. And, that was about, like I said, I started working with them about 5 or 6 years ago, when things were a little different when it came to digital marketing, and, video was starting to become, a bigger, we're starting to have a bigger impact on, social media, email marketing on your website. And once we started doing that, we really saw the numbers starting to pick up. So that's something that we've continued to do now. It's been something that's been really beneficial to help growing their reach.
And what types of videos were you creating? What were the videos that worked the best?
Yeah, so we were doing patient testimonials. So we're actually having patients, come in and talk about, what type of, ailments they were having, what type of treatment they received from the chiropractors, and then, how that helped to, improve their condition. So we were doing that. And then we were also having the chiropractors themselves actually, get in front of the camera and, talk about different topics within chiropractic care. Also talk about, different ways that they could, or different things that they could take and do themselves to help, also that could be complementary to the care that they're receiving from chiropractors. So, doing those two things, I think, were really effective using those videos.
Nice. And how are you distributing those videos?
So we're putting them out on YouTube first, and then we were sharing them through our email marketing, Constant Contact, and then also putting them on the social pages. So on the Facebook, on Instagram, and on LinkedIn. Fantastic.
Nice. And what trends are you seeing now? It's a few years later. What trends are you seeing now that's working really well? Is it still video? Is it still the video case stories?
Yeah, it's definitely still video, I would say, but it's definitely become more short form video. So videos that are like a minute or less, or even shorter than that. I mean, a new emerging platform on social media is TikTok, and that's like very short form video. So videos that are like 30 seconds or less are doing really well. So I think that's definitely a trend that's going to continue, and is going to be something that will continue to see going forward.
Are you making TikTok videos for the chiropractic office?
It's something that we've started to do, that we have plans to start doing. It's obviously something that I'm also new to myself. So, I'm still learning it and learning how to make videos and figure out, the best videos to be putting out there, as far as like the length of the videos, what type of sounds to be using, kind of how to edit them, and all sorts of things.
Awesome. Nice. Well, I mean, these are great results. And what are the ongoing results that you're getting now for Westchester Chiropractic?
So I mentioned before about the revenue figures and monthly patient visits that, those had increased about 15% in the first year. So we're continuing to see those numbers improve. We're definitely continuing to see the numbers on social media to increase, and email marketing. We're seeing, more and more people coming to visit the website and are, spending a longer time on the site, visiting more pages. Something that they actually have going on now too is the original owner of the practice is actually he actually sold the practice to one of the partners. So there's a new there's going to be a new owner of the business. So we're kind of doing that whole transition now. So he's becoming a bigger part of the content now, and is doing more videos, doing more of the doing more blogging. So that's kind of something that we're doing now, and something that'll be part of the future going forward.
Nice. Awesome. So if someone wants to get in touch with you and work with Brian, my neighbor here in Orlando, what's the best way to follow you and get in touch with you?
Yeah, so you can reach out to me by email. So it's bddmservices@gmail.com, or you can also reach me on my cell phone, which is 914-500-7712.
Nice.
Also on social media, my handle is BDDM Services. So if you want to reach out to me through there, you can do that also.
Love it. All right. Well, Brian, thanks so much for being on the Garlic Marketing Show and sharing your success story.
Yes. Thank you again for having me. Thanks, Ian.
All right. And thank you all for taking Brian and I on a journey. This has been Iron Garlic and the Garlic Marketing Show.